everybody, my name is Bogey and this is Faulty Lantern, where me and a couple of my friends discuss cinema. Some old, some new, some overrated, some underrated, some shit, and some golden. Joining me today from Texas are my friends Noble and Jordan to talk about Tony Scott's 1993 film True Romance. I know I throw the little favorite word around a lot, but it is easily one of my top 10 films of all time. The setting is amazing, the cast kills it, and the script is solid. It's written by Quentin Tarantino and directed by the late Tony Scott. Let's talk True Romance.
From the director of Top Gun and Beverly Hills Cop 2.
Hello, baby!
Clarence?
I'm a married man, buddy.
A con man.
Ask him if he got the letter.
Did you get the letter?
What letter?
He wants to talk to you.
No time, tell him we gotta go.
A call girl.
You cop our day?
Huh?
I'm Alabama.
She a 4-alarm fire or what? She seems very nice.
What are you doing in L.A. anyway, huh?
And a suitcase full of trouble.
My name is Vincent Cocotti. I work as consul for Mr. Blue Boyle, the man your son stole from.
Now, all that stands between them and their wildest dreams.
Find out who this wing and a prayer artist is and take him off at the neck.
Are 60 cops. 40 agents.
He's a wild man, this kid Clarence. I like him.
30 mobsters.
I haven't killed anybody since 1984.
And a few thousand bullets.
We're all gonna die here. These are cops!
Put him down! Put him down! Put him down!
Christian Slater, Patricia Arquette, Dennis Hopper, Val Kilmer, Gary Oldman, Brad Pitt, Christopher Walken.
Slow it down, man.
In a Tony Scott film.
I think what you did was so romantic.
Not since Bonnie and Clyde have two people been so good at being bad. True Romance.
And tonight, coming to the stage, standing at a solid 6'1", it's Bogey Bogan Ray. And out of left field, he can lay up anything out of the fucking grandma's laundry basket. It's Jordan Dunphy.
You know, as much as I didn't want to like the movie, I actually did liking it in the end, just because it is completely obnoxious. The whole everything from the damsel in distress in the beginning to the coke dealing and the freaking everything, but the part that sent me over the edge was Hans Zimmerman's music in between every scene, which is the same song, which is like a song you would hear in a commercial or something. It's like, why was this? Why was that? Why did we hear the same? I couldn't be any more annoyed by hearing the same orchestra or little, what is the instrument called? Where
Calypso drum.
The calypso drum?
Calypso.
Okay, well they should definitely have less of that for sure.
I don't know. I can't explain why I like that soundtrack. I wouldn't buy the soundtrack. I wouldn't listen to it in my car. But there is something about, I think, the contrast of the entire mood of the film with this like very uplifting, bright thing. I don't know. I think there's something to be said about that. I think
1, 2, 3, 4. This is rock and roll. Let's play double time for the
True Romance is a movie about a man who has unprotected sex with a prostitute, then gets her name tattooed on him, and then marries her, and then robs his pimp. And that's it, basically. He has hallucinations about Elvis. I hated it when I was a kid. I hated it. Because I saw it when I was young. I love Quentin Tarantino. But I just watched it again recently, and I really like it. I like it a lot. I think that, what's his face? Christian Slater was like, I don't know what it is about the guy. He's a hateable dude for me. I don't like him in anything. But I really liked him in this. I like he embodies that 90s look or something, I guess. Anyways, It's got some good characters. It's got a okay storyline. I think it would be a different movie if Quentin Tarantino directed it. I think it's probably what would have made it pop. But
I think so. But overall, when you see this film, like, it is heavily, like, obviously Quentin Tarantino wrote it, but it was like I don't know. I just felt like it was a Quentin Tarantino film, but then it was just like there was like a little piece of it that was missing, which is probably his eye.
I personally wouldn't want to see it any other way.
Okay.
I don't know what it would have been if it was Tarantino directed it. I like that idea of a story that you think you know where it's going, and then it kind of just goes one above that. And I think that's very much this film.
Just the dad, he's just he's kind of a cornball before whenever he gets made out with by the newlywed, but then he kind of really holds his guns with his son. He's not giving up shit. And then,
it made me want to call my dad after that scene.
Right? I mean, not so much because my dad is racist like him, but the fact that, like, man, like, thanks for having my back.
Oh, man. But the great late Dennis Hopper, man. Like, yeah, Dennis Hopper and the Christopher Walken scene. It's fucking that's an amazing scene. Like, I still remember, like, whenever Dennis Hopper died, I remember sharing that scene. But I don't think it's so much as like the dad character, Dennis Hopper, is racist as much as mobster Italian traditionally are very racist against anything that's not Italian. Like, traditionally, I guess, not saying that as a whole, but that's, I think, him, like, the way he was just using those crude words of just, like, calling him out, like, like, historically, that's you. Yeah, dude, that scene is, it's undeniably amazing scene.
You knew he was gonna die. He asked for the cigarette.
There's so many good scenes.
There are good scenes.
James Gandolfini,
Dude.
Tony Soprano.
Yes.
That was like, it was fucking brutal. Hard watch. That's a fucking.
Hey, turn around.
No, I had to look up.
Turn the other way.
Yeah, turn the other way. It's fucking. That's like a.
Turn around so his right hand can catch her, dude. It's so fucking.
So that's, I guess, that could be a good example of Tony Scott directing opposed to Tarantino directing.
Okay.
The way that was shot, like all like weird, like fucking that Dutch angle shit, and just like some of the weird. It made you feel uneasy as that scene was building up, and then the shit happens, and it's like the whole time you're like, it's fucking it just I think he did a great job with like that, and I think that's a lot of it.
Okay, you're right. I do like that.
But yeah, that James, dude, that's before he's Tony Soprano, man. That's a
fucking corkscrew. I had some that even if when I was young and I hated the movie, I still remember this badass scene where he stabbed the dude in the foot. But I mean, I don't want to talk about it too much because everybody knows what happens.
Yeah.
I like that whole I do not like women abuse or abuse in any way, but I like that he got his comeuppance because she's like such a tough broad and like lasted so long and was laughing at his ass. Somebody was like about to kill her, like 3 times he was about to kill her, and she laughed his ass into. She berated him into like not doing it and she got the upper hand and ended up fucking winning. That was a cool scene. That was one of the best not fight scenes, but like survival.
Yeah, she overcomes. So that's all.
She overcomes that, yeah.
I think there's something about like that. That's always, I'm a sucker for that. The Die Hard type thing, where it's like somebody that gets the shit kicked out of them and then overcomes. Like when they're
underdog.
When not just underdog, but like when they overcome and they're missing a limb or they're fucking bloodied as hell and they still fucking overcome. That's like, and that was that scene for her. Like she got the shit kicked out of her by a huge man and then fucking overcome. So that's like, hell yeah.
The worst scene, as far as what affected me the worst, was I was watching this in my garage very loudly, and then the said scene that old Jordan mentioned before, the beatdown scene with old Dennis Hopper, and he started being all racist real loud, and I couldn't make it to my TV to turn it down in time. So, like, I have a lot of neighbors of different ethnicities, so I don't know. It's kind of the only Beverly Hills movie you need to ever quote is Beverly Hills Ninja, bro.
Whoa. No, Beverly Hills Cop is way better.
fuck Beverly Hills Cop, dude.
What?
Beverly Hills Ninja is what it's all about.
Well, it's not. Wow, that's.
It is.
When's the last time you watched the first Beverly Hills Cop?
I don't think I've ever seen it.
I literally watched it, not like.
The first one's amazing. The first one is like.
What y'all, the second team?
We're the first team. Yeah, we're not gonna fall for a banana in the tailpipe.
You're not gonna fall for the banana in the tailpipe? It should be more natural, brother. It should flow out like this. Look, man, I ain't falling for no banana in my tailpipe. See, that's more natural for us. You've been hanging out with this dude too long.
Noble's mistaken. Those are fighting words.
Yeah, that is weird. That is very strange.
So many good actors. The whole cast was pretty great. Yeah, I don't know. Honestly, I think the acting is amazing. I think Christian Slater, I don't know if it's like roles that got offered to him or what happened, but like for this, I think he's good in this, and he plays the part well. Like I couldn't see anybody else playing the part of like the kind of, I don't know, Southern boy that can talk his way out of any situation. Like he has a charisma and like something about like the way he carries himself. I think it's good.
Like, dude, like ruthlessly fucking shot this guy in the dick, and then fucking was like, oh man, it was just like, it was so bizarre. It was just like, where, like there was two different characters like that had. That's all I could see is just like these are not the two same characters. And then for the rest of the movie, he like went back to normal character. It was just like for that first like fight scene or killing scene, I don't know what you want to label that as, but like that was very strange, bizarre as far as acting, his acting goes.
I have to disagree in the way that I'll rag on Christian Slater. This movie, I love the character development of him. I think he remains the good guy. It just becomes like just mundane comic book store, kung fu writing, or kung fu watching good guy to good guy who's in love with a woman that's in trouble. So he feels this chivalrous thing to like, fucking, I'll do whatever the fuck it takes, you know, like. So that fight scene where he does shoot the dude in the dick, it's like, that's just something that's maybe been picked up in his head forever. Maybe it's not like, I don't think he's a bad dude or like a hitman or anything. I think that's just one of the effects of his character being in love and doing what he thinks is right, which is another sort of cowboy thing, dude. It's another little Western trope in these things. It's fucking ride into town, fucking murder that gang leader, you know? But,
it's definitely a big jump, but I think that's like, it was an enjoyable jump of like, holy shit, like you weren't expecting that. But yeah, I think like kind of like when touching on what Noble was saying, it's a little bit that maybe he had this from watching kung fu films and reading comic books. He has like this idea of the hero type, and then he gets put in this situation where he basically wasn't. He was just going there talking tough, which a lot of people do, and then he gets starts getting the shit kicked out of him, and kind of reacts.
But he knew he was willing to kill. Like he brought a gun.
He brought a gun, but I think he's bringing a gun to be like flash around maybe. Like, Gary Oldman's character, he's amazing. The whole like, yeah, is it National White Boy Day or it's like no, White Boy Day. But his character,
the whole time there's a pair of titties right behind you or something.
Fucking Patricia Arquette, Alabama, like she's not my favorite actress in a lot of things she does, but like. Dude, like I think she's great in this, and also like adorable. Like she's very adorable.
Yeah, she's very adorable in this. So, yeah.
Adorable? That's the word you use?
Cute. I mean, I go further, but I'm just saying like. But overall, like, I think like the word adorable is what she embodies the entire time. Like she's hot and sexy, yeah. But I think she also is like just like everything she does is adorable. Like her way of like. Her way of like telling him that like. By the way, I was hired to have sex with you. Like even that scene.
That's adorable.
The way she handled it was adorable.
I guess, yeah. It's more innocent, I guess, or something. I guess.
It's adorable when you put.
It is adorable. It's just funny, like that.
That's my word for right.
I think she openly knows that she is this very sexual person that's playing off the. Overly like
you couldn't help but fall in love with him.
Yeah. No. I'm not disagreeing with you. I just think it's funny. I guess I didn't look at it that way.
It's a great fucking story, man. Think about it. It's a really good story. It's gritty. It's gross. Starts off, he's in a fucking bar, like getting drunk, trying to take a hooker on a date, and it is the same hooker that goes home to Smiley, the guy from The Crow, by the way.
That's
If y'all
that's funny.
home from that to go to the Soul Smiley boy to get murdered by the Crow.
Same universe.
Yeah. So like it's all about a dude that works at a comic shop that bangs a hooker and a crazy story ensues, and that's entertaining. That's cool as shit. But I do think Brad Pitt, that's got good acting is one thing, but that dude has got a skibby stoner side, a couch surfing stoner boy side, because he was too good. He was too.
I think Gary Oldman was the main villain that like kind of kept being the villain even though he died. Like he was very much the villain, I think.
You don't think Alabama was like a villain?
Alabama?
Oh, dude, you're really fucking diving.
What if she was just messing with him the whole time because she knew he was a simple Southern boy or whatever, a simple idealistic man? She used him to kill Homeboy. She used him.
I mean, she was a prostitute that was.
Jordan.
We call him sex worker now.
What? Call girl. Yeah, right. She's a call girl that goes on one date with this dude that like actually is like a nice guy for once, and then like completely like it's like, oh look, you don't want to save me and like do all this stuff for me. Like, dude, he fucking literally killed her pimp for her. Like, how is that like?
Unbeknownst to her.
What?
Unbeknownst to her, like she doesn't like go kill my pimp.
I know she didn't say it, but like
she doesn't want him to go, but she doesn't physically stop him in any way. You know.
I know. She's.
The breakdown's crazy.
I think Jordan's onto something here.
I don't know. She didn't seem like the best character to me, honestly.
Making out with his dad, dude, getting the back.
Exactly. Yes, exactly.
Dude. Ooh, hot take. Jordan done.
So the cocaine was the villain, maybe.
Jordan. Yours. I think that you're right. It's Alabama, and I also think it's cocaine. These are the two villains. Don't do drugs. Don't bang hookers without a condom.
Yeah.
No.
Pay him and leave him.
Bang him and leave him. Protect him.
Yeah.
It is its title's namesake. I think that I think the way it develops, how like the crime and like the violence and everything escalates quickly, so does the love story. But I also, with that said, I do think the romance, the true romance part of it, I don't know, is one of like, I do think it's a very cheesy but romantic storyline. I think like the whole like idea, I'm not saying like I would never like bang a hooker and then be like, let's get our names tattooed and get married. But I think that, but I mean, I think that also like that concept of like these two characters meeting each other, feeling like it was true love, and she like had to tell him like, I was paid because I love you so much, like I have to come clean because I just feel wrong. And then like the how it all escalated, so fairy tale, once upon a time kind of situation. I think that's really fun, and I think it makes for a great story. I don't think that, I'm not saying it's realistic, and also I don't think there's any hookers that look like Patricia Arquette.
Oh yeah.
But I think like
more like that first one than many of the other ones.
But yeah, she said it was only the third time, right? It's like, you're only my third customer.
What, this week?
Yeah. But I do think that like, I do think, with that said, the love story I really enjoy.
I agree with you. I think that's where this movie is actually really the best, is if you view it in that lens as a love story written by Quentin Tarantino, and it's crazy and fantastic, and there's some bonkers stuff that happens that, I mean, it's a good love story when you think about love stories. I mean, he took her up out of the slums, and they didn't even make off with $1 million. Yeah, $200,000. That's, you know, normal amount of a lot of money, I guess. But yeah, it was a good love story. I liked it for that. I think I worded that poorly. Can I do that again?
It ended up being a very crazy like drug story but it was like in the end like it was like they were in love, and like they actually did have these feelings which you would not have thought that would have happened between two random people, one of them being a call girl and the other one being a very lonely kind of type of guy. So it was, I don't know, almost forgot it while I was watching the film, like that was kind of the direction it was going, because it was like I felt like it moved so fast. But yeah, I don't know. I did like I felt like their romance story was very real. I mean, shit, to be able to be willing to kill for somebody, not just one, but both of them. Like that's like the song you hear in a trailer when it's like, in July, this coming summer, fucking Christian Slater is trying to save his girlfriend. This weekend, you're gonna see he's gonna deal a lot of and maybe even do some and maybe even a little
Who decided to go skeet shooting in the middle of this fucking shootout, too? Because if you're in a fucking shootout and somebody throws a suitcase in there, I'm not gonna. He put it in the air and everybody shot it, and then he got away. Oh, my distraction worked.
So good.
Oh.
I'm not gonna get high off this cocaine, so might as well.
Yeah. Oh, dude.
What do you think, Big J? Yeah. Well, my opinion is.
See, actually, funny thing, the story actually originated from a Bible verse that was back in what